barrier was also observed surrounding the fortress, with initial analysis revealing it to be completely impenetrable. Operation Jormungand showed no signs of slowing, where the resistance represented by Mil Mirage was also gathering momentum. Harvard, Liberal, and Mephiria mustered their forces, along with support from the White Viceland army. The time for their continent's two great powers to clash drew nearer and nearer, with the fate of the world hanging in the balance. Oliver, Green, and the rest of the Radiant Wings would not stand idly by and watch fate unfold, however. As they were trying to decide the best course of action, they received an unexpected message from an old friend. Oh yeah, I've read this way. Sorry, I know it's kind of repeating over and over again. The eve of war. Turns out the reason I didn't get the second of Elise's bombing events, because it was hidden behind a hidden side quest. Michelin. Nick's still no better. Michelin.
I think it turned out very well. It's not half bad if I...
We should be thanking you guys. You're the ones who did the heavy lifting.
I still find it pretty hard to believe you were able to make a barrier over all of Michelin.
It's something that could only be accomplished through combining the not to mention the raw power of 2 Divine Knights.
And then we were able to convert the Pantagruel's orbital energy into mana to sustain the
Such beautiful teamwork! If we can do something like this, the sky's the limit!
We ain't exactly here for a team-building exercise, you know.
In any event, the barrier should hold.
It'll be able to absorb a few hits from any railway cannon shots that come our way. Not that we'll need to worry much about them, given they'll be busy with the war for the time being.
I'm sure as far as the Chancellor is concerned, we're simply some minor rabble, beneath his notice.
He probably sees us as nothing more than the opening act to the Great Twilight.
Opening act nothing. Does...
Oh, hey there, everyone. Good to see you guys. How are your rooms? Did you drop off all your things already?
Yeah. Honestly, I was blown away by how ritzy this place is.
I can't believe we have it all to ourselves. Right? Even locals like us don't get many chances to stay here.
The last time was when Mariabelle invited us after the trade conference.
Oh, man. That seems like it was 100 years ago.
Thinking back, it's kind of a bittersweet memory.
We still had a lot of fun, though!
Looking around, we've got quite the crowd here now.
Yeah, and a lot of us are from Thor's, too.
We might as well live it up, then. This is our last night before everything...
You're right. Tomorrow's when everything will be decided.
Our future rests on the success of Operation Shining Steel.
Though honestly, it's still a pretty dicey plan.
Why didn't you give it a name like Operation Cold Steel?
So, this is Operation Shining Steel, then?
After reviewing the whole plan like this, it seems more reckless than it does bold.
We may not have much margin for error, but I think this could actually work.
So basically, we're gonna get a bunch of teams to raid all the salt pails at once, put them out of commission, and then have the Courageous 2 charge into the fortress while its barrier is down. That about sum it up?
Yes, but there's little chance that things will go so smoothly. I'm sure we'll have a number of unforeseen circumstances. Our top priority, however, is making sure the Divine Knights and Class 7 get to the target.
That's right. So even if something goes awry and the Courageous 2 is unable to land, we can't. As long as Rean and the others can successfully board the fortress in time, we still have a chance.
Our foes will try to end the rivalry of the Seven as the Great Twilight reaches its climax. If we manage to seize control of the rivalries before then, however, we may be able...
At this point, they think they've already won. It's likely they'll welcome Instructor Rean since they... And that...
That's all fine and good, but what one glance and you could tell they're bad news. They're giving off...
Yes. They seem to be pulsing, and this same energy is what's letting them act as singularities, making them nearly impregnable.
Further, given the devils that have been appearing all over lately, I get the feeling we may find even worse things protecting each of the pales.
Yes. It's so...
Well, if we know what we gotta do, then all that's left is to go do it.
That's right. It's our turn now.
Yep.
You can leave one of the salt pails to the Liberl team. We just gotta decide on which of us...
The same for us in the SSS. As members of the Radiant Wings, let us help clear a path for you and the others.
Estelle.
Aww.
Guess we should have seen this coming, huh?
You can count on us, too.
Duvali, are you sure?
The time has come for the Stahlritter to—
Our Lord saw fit to grant you her power.
All of you.
Don't forget to save some seats for us, huh? We'll be teaming up with those Stahlritter gals, if that's okay.
The boss would have wanted as much from us.
Zeno, Leo.
Sheesh. This is one. In that case, you can add Sharon and me to the list of volunteers.
As maid of the Reinford family.
Angie! You too, Sharon?
Lady Angelica and I have also, after careful discussion, we have decided it would only be appropriate to return the favor.
From what I hear, Lieutenant Colonel Mueller will be returning to the Courageous 2 tomorrow. I figured I'd leave the steering up to the expert.
So, Sharon, Angelica.
Then you can count me in too.
Can't let you do that, Toa. You've got both the Courageous 2.
Angelica's right. I'd very much prefer you to remain at your post.
I'll be on the bridge as well. But even then, I suspect we'll have our hands full manning the air defenses.
There's no need for concern. We're all in this together. Thank you, both of you. But
Then I guess you'll just have to let me join them.
Huh, so that's...
I'm sure you must think I have no right to come back like this. I can't possibly make up for everything I've done. But I'm going to help anyway, because I'd rather not get the same failing marks Franz did.
George.
So that makes 3.
Then allow me to lend you a
Grandmother.
I fulfilled my duty as a witch, and Leanne has passed. Now that I have played my part, I may as well bloom one final time for you young folk. Were we to add my strength to that of the Ragnar girl?
But if it's possible...
Angie, I don't...
For crying...
We now have 4 groups.
But what about the last pail?
You can leave that one.
Principal Le Guin!
Aren't you supposed to be focusing on all that meal mirage?
Certainly. But the plan has always been to leave the first day. I'll be taking over tomorrow, once the war returns.
Lieutenant General Bright anticipates that both sides will spend the first. Presumably, General Van Dyke will mobilize the Imperial.
All bets are off once that second day is, however. Odds are, all 8 battlefronts will erupt into all-out carnage at about the same time.
Say McKean for some reason. What a weirdo. So it could obviously be Sheen, innit?
Yeah, she's a weirdo. Well, you know she's always been a weirdo.
Fucking weirdo.
The Imperial Army will... You can expect they'll deploy their strongest armored divisions, the 3rd and 4th included.
Yeah, I thought that might be the case.
And the reason you're helping us out is so perhaps it should be a suitable one. Though, of course, I won't be going it alone.
This will be my final duty as head of the Arcade School. I shall prove us worthy in succeeding the Sandlot name.
I don't know if I measure up to these 3, but this is as good a chance as any to make up for all the time I lost.
Father!
I had a feeling can't pass up a chance to hug the spotlight, huh, Vita?
Show them what you can do, Zero Artisan.
Thank you. That goes for the rest of you, Duvalie, Angelica.
Indeed. We fly tomorrow at noon.
We'll be rendezvousing with the rest of our... This may be...
There's something that's